Review. Today we're checking out the CZ American in 223 versus the Bruno model 602, I think, in 308. So we've got 223 versus 308 in a penetration test. We've tried the 308 before. It goes through about 4 barrels. I think it stops in the 5th water jug. And we're going to find out how deep these Seiko 55 grain 223s go versus the 150s in 308. All right, here we go. Here we are set up. I've got one round of Seiko 223 in 55 grain. Other CZ 527 American. First, of course, we need to make sure that it's sighted in. Out again, too much steepness. That's about 2 inches low, as expected. Now for the 308. One round. Remington core lock in Winchester 308. Okay, that one's about 1/2 inch high. That's awesome. All right, well, let's go up and have a look. Back up at the target, 223, aiming here, about a 50mm drop. Not too unhappy with that. 308, right on the line, maybe 10mm too high. We can live with that. All right, on to the bottle test. Back at the bench, set up for the bottle test. Again, loading with one round of Seiko 223 in 55 grain in CZ. I've got 10 bottles of 3-litre water jugs down there. Let's see how many they get through. Well, I hope we got that. The camera was drenched when we got here. So we have one completely annihilated. Two, there's actually a bit of brass. No, a bit of lead in the bottom of this one, but completely annihilated. Into number 3. If we come in close, you can actually see there's brass and lead all over the table here. All right, I'll do this, tip it out. There's the culprit. Wow. All the lead has come apart off the brass, and that's all we've got left. So 1, 2, 3. Not great penetration, but I tell you what, we would have made a mess of whatever we hit. All right, back at the bench after the 223 test. That was pretty interesting. That first milk bottle was absolutely hammered. Out of all the tests we've done, that's probably the worst something's ever blown up. Anyway, on to the 308 Remington core locked 150 grains in the Bruno CZ. Oh, the Bruno, sorry, not the CZ. All right, same shot, same place. Here we go. All right, let's go and have a look. Well, before we get going, you need to come over here and have a look. That's the mess from the 223. That means there are 7 bottles left. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the table. 5, 6, and in front of the camera is number 7. That is another very destroyed milk bottle. All right, we'll chuck that over there. So that's 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. Entry hole, massive explosion, and a good exit hole. Number 5, entry hole, exit hole. Number 6, we have an entry and no exit. Stopped in the red one. Let's see if we can get a core locked out and see how much core they lock. Have we got it? It's not in that bottle. But it didn't exit. This is the 8th bottle in this slide, and it is still full with no hole. So we've definitely got it. It may have just touched it and not actually gone in. There was only a crack in the bottle. So we didn't catch the core locked. Unless it stayed in this one. Oh, I think it did. Nope. Let's try the red one. In case I got the order wrong. Ah, heard something fall that time. There it is. We did catch it. All right. So the lead has come out. It didn't actually lock it in. And it's lost most of its weight. So give me a few seconds. We'll compare that to the 223. There's the 223 in front of it. So they're both pretty good, except the thing stopped in bottle number 6. Well, that was a bit interesting. 223 out of the 527. Only went through a couple. I've had 17 HMRs go through way more than that without the destructive explosion. And 308 out of the Bruno. Now I've used other 308s like my round nose. I did a test a little while ago, you may remember, and if it's not, it's probably up there on your screen right now, using that bullet. That bullet I think went through 4 and got caught in 4. This one went through 5 and hit the back wall hard enough to damage and make the 6th one leak without actually going into it. So the core locks definitely punch a little bit harder, although we did notice that the core lock didn't lock and lost a lot of weight. So it's a bit of a catch-22. Definitely still the better pig round, much better for their armour. But you decide, tell me down here somewhere what you think. You're going to go out with this one or this one. Anyway, if you got any value, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.